Hey Van Gelder passengers, thank you for traveling with us today, and I hope you had a great time. I always wonder how many of you are on your first trip with us and how many of you are seasoned Van Gelder passengers. If you're new, be sure to let your tour director know what you thought of your maiden voyage aboard this four-wheeled ship. Now, it's time to talk about travel. People often ask me where my favorite vacation spot is. My answer is always the same. Anywhere I've never been, and any place you want to take me. Maybe you'll find a place or two like that in our upcoming schedule. Yes, it's already time to talk about the glorious and remarkable season we call fall. Fall color tours are favorites among Van Gelder passengers, and it's no wonder. The change in seasons brings on so much drama, so much show, and so much magnificence. We're lucky here in southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois because we get such an incredible view from Mother Nature. If you've never seen what autumn looks like from other parts of the country, you really should. This year, Van Gelder will show you autumn in every direction. First, we'll go west. There may be some debate as to whether or not September is truly fall. With scenery like this, I'm not sure I care. Van Gelder's spectacular Southwest Flyaway Tour on September 22nd through the 27th is a feast for the eyes at 3 of our country's most beautiful national parks. Your first stop will be Zion National Park, known for its sandstone cliffs that are among the highest in the world, its striking rock towers, and its grand high mesas. Next, you'll head to the Grand Canyon for a tour of the higher and perhaps less viewed North Rim, where a local guide will tell you about the history and geology of the canyon. Here you will get a fabulous overnight at the Grand Canyon Lodge, a National Historic Landmark, in your own private cabin. This is the view from the dining room. On day 4, you'll visit Bryce Canyon National Park and her millions of pink rock sandstone and limestone spires called hoodoos. They can be as tall as you and me or pierce the sky at 10 stories high. And while this amazing rock formation can be seen in a few other parts of the world, they're not more prevalent or more beautiful as they are at Bryce. I can't think of a more spectacular way to celebrate the National Park System's 100th anniversary. And now, let's check out our very own beloved Midwest. This Michigan motor coach tour is a great mix of fall colors and Great Lakes legend and lore. You'll head north through familiar upper Midwest autumn splendor to the northeastern part of our sister Mitten State, Michigan. On the first full day of touring, you'll get to climb up into 2 wonderful lighthouses in Presque Isle and even see the restored keeper's quarters. In between leaf peeping, you'll also take a shipwreck tour right in the heart of Lake Huron's Shipwreck Alley on a glass-bottom boat. I wonder if there's any treasure left to find. You'll visit the Great Lakes Maritime Heritage Center, where you can feel what it's like to be in a Great Lakes storm, touch the timbers of a boat resting on the lake bottom, and see a full-size replica of a wooden Great Lakes schooner. You'll also take a tour of the USS Edson and enjoy a lunch cruise on the Appledore 4. The highlight of the tour may be a peaceful horse-drawn carriage ride through a wooded paradise inhabited by a herd of majestic elk, followed by a 5-course gourmet dinner. This is just such an interesting and pretty tour. When I think of the East Coast, I think of a quaint New England town with a white clapboard church, complete with a steeple and vibrant crimson maple trees, a winding country road, and the mountains. You can picture it, right? If you join our Fall in New England flyaway trip starting October 5th, you can see it for yourself. The first part of the trip is in coastal Maine, where you'll stay seaside in Ogunquit, tour Kennebunk and Kennebunkport, take a lobster cruise, and tour the lighthouse. On the second half of the trip, you'll tour beautiful New Hampshire by train, by boat, and by aerial tram. Plus, you'll stay in the famous and elegant Omni Mount Washington Resort, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And last, but certainly not least, let's head south to the down-home fun of the Smoky Mountains on our Smoky Mountain Autumn Awe Tour, October 20th through the 26th. The Smoky Mountains are famous for their spectacular color, and the area is famous for its warm hospitality and top-notch entertainment. This wonderful trip includes all of it, starting with a visit to picturesque Cumberland Falls, an afternoon to explore or shop in Gatlinburg's bustling downtown, and a tour of the Biltmore Estate, America's largest privately owned home. You'll also take in a couple of shows. You'll watch the Hatfields and McCoys feud a little as they sing and dance a lot during a dinner show performance. And you'll stomp your feet along with Country Tonight, the show voted best show in the Smokies year after year. A special treat this year is a stop in Berea, Kentucky to see some uniquely American art. First up, a tour of Berea College with emphasis on its crafts program, where the region's traditional arts are being kept alive. Most interestingly, a student's tuition is paid for by the sale of the artwork produced. Next up, you'll see the Kentucky Artisan Center, where beautiful artwork, unique pottery, and so much more created by 650 Kentucky artists waits. This just might be your secret weapon to get a jump start on your Christmas list. Wow, Van Gelder really does have you covered in every direction. Now here's a quick look at some upcoming one-day tours. If you have questions about any of them or want us to call you to book, just talk to your tour director. He or she will get your contact info and we'll give you a buzz. The last tour I'm going to talk about today is one that's really important. It's the one place in this great big world that I think every American should go see if they have the chance. This year, our trip to Washington, D.C. brings a special set of circumstances that just might make it our best and most interesting one yet. We're going to spend Veterans Day in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. It's an awesome opportunity for us to salute those who protect and defend our freedom. We will see the memorials by daylight and at night. We will get a city tour from a local step-on guide who just might have some interesting insights about what was going on in the city leading up to the 2016 election. We'll stop at Arlington National Cemetery to see the spine-tingling changing of the guard, view President Kennedy's inspirational eternal flame, and of course, pay our solemn respects to the men and women who have given the ultimate sacrifice. We'll also spend an afternoon at the Smithsonian and explore the Flight 93 Memorial. As a special treat, we're also going to spend a day in Gettysburg to see the Battle of Gettysburg come alive. Our first stop will be the National Museum commemorating this turning point of the Civil War, and then we'll go to the actual battlefield where Union soldiers turned back Confederates and changed the course of our nation's history. You will even get to walk on the hallowed ground where so many perished more than 150 years ago. And don't worry, the actual election in November is on the 8th, so you'll be home to cast your own vote. As always, for more information on any of these trips, ask your tour director today or give us a call at the office, 1-800-747-7407. And once again, I'm ready to pack my bags and go. How about you?